here that I got from Sky Cosplay about 2 years ago. As you can see, they're a nice pretty purple, but for the fabric that I used for Sailor Saturn, they're a little light. I'm going to show you how you can alter the color slightly of your boots using Design Master spray paint, specifically the color tool. Sometimes it is referred to as floral spray paint. Unlike your typical brands like Rust-Oleum or Krylon, Design Master spray paints are going to go on finer and lighter. So sometimes they might require multiple coats, but as long as you do them light enough, they're going to go on almost like airbrushing. So your fabric will remain soft. It's not going to crack. It shouldn't run if you're getting runs on whatever you're painting. You're using way too much. I have painted a number of boots using Design Master spray paint, and most of them have had no issues with cracking or peeling. Maybe just a few spots they have gotten scuffs, but that's easy enough to touch up with your paints. So here are my Sailor Uranus boots that I painted to be dark. Hello. These Sailor Uranus boots that I painted were originally light tan, like almost the lightness of my skin tone here. To get them this really rich dark blue to match my fabric, I actually used a base of black Design Master spray paint. Oops. And then from there painted like a navy blue, I can't remember the exact color, over it. Without the black, the blue is coming out really, really bright. So with this paint, and you can kind of see some of the original blue under the zipper here, that I was able to get this really, really true navy color. Here's another shoe I painted with Design Master spray paint. This one also used a blend of oranges, I think even a smidge of yellow. The cool thing about the Design Master spray paint, it's not totally opaque, so you can actually layer different colors to get the perfect shade that you need. It can be tricky, but with enough practice, it'll definitely work. And it's like, you know, it's totally smooth. You'll notice in a few of the boots, you'll see like little tiny chips. Again, super easy to touch those up, and that's gonna happen. Even with regular shoes, like I buy like brand new shoes and they get scuffs on them, right? So that's kind of why I prefer to paint shoes rather than use boot covers, because I feel like even though this is gonna receive some damages, so are fabric boot covers. Again, some minor chipping, but not really much cracking. You can see just a little bit here and there, but nothing that's really gonna show up in pictures. So in order to paint this, you'll paint it following the instructions. Obviously, you know, paint from a distance. Usually about a foot is good. If you're like trying to get your solid color on the first go, you don't want that. This stuff dries really fast too. Like we're talking like maybe half hour between coats, and that's generous. Sometimes they dry like as fast as 15 minutes, but I try to go half hour just to be safe. So you don't even have to wait long in between coats. It's better to do multiple coats rather than a bunch of paint all at once. That's where you're gonna get a lot of like the runs, the dripping, the cracking from too heavy of paint. Let's go ahead and paint this. Be sure to get all the angles. And that's plenty good for now. We'll come back to the second boot later. You can see this one is a lot darker. Again, that was after like 2 coats. So take your time with it. Don't put a lot of heavy paint on all at once. But other than that, this stuff is amazing. If you haven't used Design Master spray paint to experiment on shoes and fabric, you should start, because I have even used it on fabric as well, and it will survive the wash. Of course, always test in indiscreet areas or on scraps of fabric, just to be sure, because you don't want to ruin a potentially expensive project. Anyways, have fun crafting, guys!